and welcome to the May episode of TViva, a TV program that talks about all the wonderful things that's happening in Fall River. I'm Patti Rigo, Executive Director of Viva Fall River, an organization that does just that. We promote our small businesses and our wonderful community and all the things that make us a prime South Coast destination. Once again, thankfully, is my wonderful, beautiful co-host, Ashley Okino. She's the Executive Director of the Fall River Arts and Culture Coalition, which is a member, open source member organization that advocates for artists and creates a vibrant and supported art and culture community.
Yes, we sure do. Thanks for having me back.
Always, always. I would find you if you didn't come. I'd be like, stop, I'm gonna go find her. So last time we were talking about April showers, May flowers. We brought the flowers.
Yeah, I know.
See?
We didn't even coordinate that. That's great.
So we just know this is what we do. But you know, and the April showers are slowly bringing the May flowers, and I, for one, am super excited about that. My allergies, not so much, but it's okay. It's finally starting to feel like spring, and that signals one of my favorite times of the year, South Coast Spring Arts Week. Which is taking place. It starts next Friday, which is May 5th, which is Cinco de Mayo. What a great way to
That's a great
start,
way to kick it off,
you know. And it goes through Sunday the 14th, which is Mother's Day. And for those of you who might not have heard us talk about it before, it's a 10-day festival that basically celebrates the arts and culture in our community and connecting innovative, creative, and affordable arts and culture events that are taking place from Wareham all the way here to Fall River, so all the places in between. So it's a massive schedule of events. You can find them all on southcoastspringarts.org. .org, right?
.org, yep. And yeah, so there's 8 different towns that are cities and towns that are participating, and it's really, I think, one of the few times that consistently we all kind of come together under a general umbrella, and I love, of course, that it's arts and culture based. And so yes, please, and follow us online too. We have a Facebook page.
That's right. And
an Instagram for South Coast Spring Arts. Yep.
And so this, and just to get a little background, this was originally launched in 2021, our effort, but originally this was a statewide effort that was done by, I believe it was the Highland Street Foundation, produced by the Bosch Center. It was Art Week Mass. Then, of course, you know, the COVID happened, and they decided not to continue with it. I think that they set it up really well, and obviously they set it up so well that we were able to, a couple of us in the area decided to continue in it regionally, and I really think that it's really helped to foster collaboration throughout the year. And I'm really pleased that to be doing this again for the 3rd year. We kind of spearheaded this one, which was phenomenal. And since then, you know, thousands of residents have enjoyed these events. And it's about not just, of course, we're gonna talk about the Fall River events here, but I really invite you to go to, you know, Marion and New Bedford and Dartmouth and Westport. There's just a lot of really cool things happening. And it's a great way to just get out and experience some new things.
And new organizations and new artists that are in the area too. That was one of the things that was kind of fun about being on the administrative side of making sure that everything got collected and put out and advertised, is all the great events. Like there are, I tried to count them all the other day. I kind of lost count. There's so many things happening. So yeah, check it out.
Yeah, I'm excited. I have to get my calendar out and I have to start marking. I'll be busy. So we're gonna talk, like I said, we're gonna talk about just the Fall River ones, but again, the full schedule is up at southcoastspringarts.org/2023. And so one organization that totally embraced this concept and just, I think they almost have something every day. It's amazing.
They do.
Is the Greater Fall River Art Association, which is such a great organization that over at 80 Belmont Street, if you haven't been, it's a great house. And it's a wonderful place for, not only for, you know, tried and true artists, but they do a lot of community programming. And I think that they're introducing the art and creativity to kids, which it's a really welcoming place. So I can guarantee you that the events that they have, which are for a variety of ages, will definitely be welcoming and friendly. So the first one I'm mentioning is May the 4th Be With You Trivia Night.
Of course.
Super fun. That is on May the 4th, clearly, from 6 to 9. Then they're also doing birdhouse making, which I love that. I just did a pollinator workshop. Pollinator house, so maybe I need a birdhouse to go along with it.
I think you do.
That's on the 6th from 10 to 1. That's a Saturday. That's a big day in the city. And then Not Your Grandmother's Paper Dolls.
That sounded really interesting.
Right? So that's on the 9th from 6:30 to 8:30. So it's a little evening after the kids get out of school. So I think I think I might check that one out.
Yeah, they have so much happening, and kudos to them. I was just talking with them the other day, and I was like, wow. You really have an event.
I love it. They go
go in
hard every time, and I love that. They really love what they do, and they want their mission is to share that with the Fall River, greater Fall River community. So definitely please support them. They have a couple other events we're not mentioning. Also super happy to announce that our friends at Crafty-ish Shop are opening their new location at 28 Anawan Street. That's in the building right next door to Troy City Brewing. The grand opening event is on May 6th. And they already have some great programming. They had already started last month, but one that we mentioned, and I'll mention again because I think it's really
worth mentioning.
Super unique, absolutely, is Native American drumming with Brother Granite Stone on the 11th from 6 to 8. They're going to be doing a crazy amount of workshops. I know that Stephanie, the owner, has so much. She does them at. You might know her from the library, from doing a lot of events at the library. So it's going to be a really great gathering place for people to go and create as well. And Rock's Art is also there, so stop by and see her.
Yeah, congratulations to Crafty-ish. I know it's been a long time coming, and you know, you're there and it's opening, and lots of makers sell within that space as well. And I think that they would also be open to if you had a workshop or something that you might be interested in hosting. Yeah, contact Stephanie Enlow at Crafty-ish.
Absolutely, they're on the web. And you know, the two studios we mentioned, Crafty-ish and Rock's Art, and of course Little Miss Art has her studio there as well. They are 3 of the organizations of the 11 studios and small businesses taking part in the 2nd annual Open Studios, produced and hosted by the Fall River Arts and Culture Coalition. And the dates are, these are good because you're going to want to like plan out, you got 2 days to do 11 of them. So it's Friday, May 12th from 4 to 8 and Saturday, May 13th from 10 to 4. We have pamphlets that have a map so that, you know, and also online there's an interactive map.
Yep, so we have lots of information. We have postcards around town. Oh, yep, flip that around for me. We have flyers that you've maybe seen around town. And if you visit FRAC's website, thefrac.org, you can check out the full information about all the different studios that are participating and get a map. There's a downloadable map that goes right to your phone that makes it even easier. Yeah,
if you've ever wondered what an artist's studio looks like, or you know what a person's process is, or you know sometimes you just don't have that opportunity to connect with somebody. This is your chance. This is your chance to do so. And so yes, we've got the Fall River Museum of Contemporary Art's going to be over at their new location. It's a work in progress over at 44 Troy Street. We mentioned Little Miss Art in the Crafty-ish space at 28 Anawan. We've also got Rock's Fine Art. Over at the Narrows, which has a wonderful artist community on the 2nd floor. The musical acts are on the 3rd, but on the 2nd floor we've got Studio Incognito, with the art of Vanya Noverka Viveris, Tailspun Studio, which is one of my favorite artists, Chuck Boucher.
Chuck's great.
And then Nancy Cody, who is an author and an illustrator of children's books. She's going to be doing a reading at Vanya's event. So I love how they're working together. And then Art of Thel, and then Tom Rogers, and just so many. There's just take a little stroll through there. We've got some wonderful talent next. I don't know the actual address of Shane Landing, but
well, so Shane Landing online we have it listed as Anawan Street, but the door that you want to enter to is actually on Pond.
On Pond Street. So that like kind of little side road there. If you go through the back of the Narrows, you'll use the map.
You'll see it. Well, that's the other thing too, is all of these sites, thanks to the Southeastern Mass Visitors Bureau and visitmass.com, we have banners. So each site will either have a banner or a sandwich board.
Look for this.
Yeah, they'll have a sandwich board. It will be visible. You will find the locations.
Yes. And then also rounding out the impressive list is the Grimshaw Gudowitz Gallery here at BCC, where we film our show here. A lot of people don't know there's a gallery here, but there's a wonderful, wonderful space. Really easy to get to, plenty of parking.
Yep.
And then Groundwork Co-working Space, which we've talked about before. That's on Bank Street. The work of artist Brooke Mullins-Doherty is still up. We talked about the Greater Fall River Art Association. Clearly they're participating. They are in it. And then one that I'm really interested in seeing, because he's an artist that I've not experienced yet, is Brian Fox. He's over at Commonwealth Landing over on Duval. And in 2020, he was named U.S. Sports Academy's Sport Artist of the Year. So art for everybody, really.
He's big deal. And I love it, and that's part of what makes FRAC such a beautiful, really, coalition, is that when you look at the list of all the different people participating in Open Studios, we have everyone from Little Miss Art to Brian Fox. Like, we have artists that are at all different points in their career.
We're doing it for 50 years, a year, whatever.
Yep.
I mean,
so it's really exciting. So again, on the 12th and the 13th, come check it out.
Yeah, and then remember, please do visit the South Coast Spring Arts and attend as many events as you can from Wareham to Fall River, and just experience the best of the South Coast arts scene. It's going to be a great time. And at the end of South Coast Spring Arts Week, you thought I was done talking about it, I'm not. We're working hard to bring you one of my favorite events of the year. We're getting really good at this. And one that was created specifically because of Art Week. It was at the beginning of Art Week, a lot of, Fall River organizations did not put events in, and I said, well, why don't we just get all the organizations together and make one event? And here we have We Heart Fall River, which is a celebration of arts, culture, and our community. And that is happening on Saturday, May 13th from 11 to 3. So you can go to Open Studios, swing by this event as well. It's put on by FRAC, Viva Fall River, in the city of Fall River. And it's basically just a unified celebration of arts and culture and the power of those things and that spirit that makes us a great
It's a
great
super
place.
feel-good event.
It is.
Yeah.
It's family friendly. It's free to
Yes,
attend.
yes.
It takes place on Sullivan Drive, which is right in front of 19 Prime Restaurants on the south side of Government Center. The street will be closed down. And if you go to the website, thefrac.org/weheart, that's right.
Yes.
We dash heart.
We dash heart. You'll
We dash
get
heart.
there.
We'll figure it out. Just Viva Fall River too. I'm like Viva Fall River.
You can find it in both places.
So we are also going to have 40 vendors. So the Makers Market, our artisans market is happening. So 40 vendors on Old 2nd Street. We have about 7 food trucks, which is phenomenal. We've got Dell's Lemonade, our Green Jar Cochina, What's Up Cupcake, Pops, Brick Oven Mobile Pizza, yeah.
Yep, we got some
Pizza.
cheesesteaks. I don't know if you said that.
JQ cheesesteaks, yes.
Yeah.
So super excited. And then we also have live entertainment. We're going to have a big stage, so you really can't miss it. I mean, there's a big stage in the middle of Sullivan Drive. So Colby James and the Ramblers, who are a great band who play a lot at the Narrows and at many venues across the region, really New England. They're from 1 to 3, I believe, or 1:30 to 3.
Yep.
We've also got a bunch of local organizations that are going to be showing their talent. So we've got some dance studios. We've got the Durfee Jazz Band.
Yep.
Who else am I
We have
missing?
YMCA coming.
Oh, Zumba.
Yeah, we have some
I do it every
Zumba.
year.
Every year. You're out there doing it.
Every year.
I see you.
Yep. And we also have the South Coast Creative Arts Lab. I think they're going
Yeah.
to do a little musical performance. These
Yes,
kids have
they
been working
will.
hard.
They will, yeah. So we have a great, once again, it's a great showing of different food options, of music options. Once again, everything from student performers to Colby James and professionals. And also, oh my gosh, their names, Roots. Are not the Roots, but
Roots
Run Wild.
They're they're a duo, these 2 fabulous ladies. They're from 11 to 1. They're going to be in the Makers Market area doing their kind of like lively acoustic set. So there's music and art and stuff going on in every area there. We have also community organizations that are going to be tabling and doing art activities. So we've got, the trustees, we love them, the Audubon Society, the Children's Museum of Greater Fall River, the Children's Advocacy Center,
Fall River Arts Project,
the library.
Yeah.
So many. I don't want to leave anybody out, but there's
It's
only
more
so
than
long in this
there's
show.
more than we can name, but
There's only so long.
lots of activities. And again, everyone's welcome to participate in activities. Definitely geared for the kids, but adults, we know you love it too.
Mario from Super Mario Brothers is going to be there. That was a great movie. I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to it. We tried to get Princess Peach, but she wasn't available. There's face painting. The kids go wild for that.
We have a photo
booth. That's right. That's always fun to get those little, like the ones you used to get at the Harbor Mall.
Yeah.
And then we also have magic show, bubbles, live art by local artist John Almeida. And I'm always happy that Citizens for Citizens comes with their truck and they do a grocery giveaway. So if you're in the area, if you're able to carry a bag of groceries, please take some. I just love that. That's the community piece. That's why this is all that. Oh, and I can't forget, Troy City Brewing is coming back with their beer garden from 12 to 4.
Awesome.
Super excited. They're great community partners. So, that is just in the first half of the month. We've only gotten to the 13th. I'm sorry. Sorry. But I want to just take a couple minutes just to go over a couple things. May 6th. At Spencer Borden Elementary School on President Avenue, there's the Family Literacy Fair from 10 to 1. That is always an immensely attended event, not only because the Toe Jam Puppet Band is there and the kids go wild for them, but also because you get a ton of books, and it's just about getting kids to feel excited about reading. And that's another part of being creative and getting into a world that is not your own.
Yeah.
So always excited about that. I mean, on the next day, we've got a spring craft fair and food event at the Liberal Club. There is a Queens of the South Coast boozy brunch at the Eagle Event Center, the Symphony Orchestra.
Yeah, and so they've actually, their location is, they've changed their location this year and their time of their spring concert.
Okay.
So do check out, visit their Facebook page, or you can check out our social media or Viva Fall River's event page, because they did update their location and the time of their concert.
Oh, I'm glad that we talked about this then, because I don't want to.
Because it is not what we have in our notes here.
All right. Typos. And then also, one event that I'm excited about that's also part of South Coast Spring Arts Week, we're not done talking about it yet, is South Coast Almanac. Who they last episode we showed you their latest issue about Fall River versus New Bedford friendly rivalry. They're doing a really cool event called Walking Around the Fall River Highlands with a Poet, and it starts off at Temple Bethel, and I've always wanted to go to Temple Bethel and see inside that beautiful building. So, and it's a 2-mile walk and walk and talk and poetry, and I love it. That's what South Coast Spring Arts is about, like these really innovative events. So
I'm so thrilled that so they did a walking tour last year of a different town as part. That's part of the South Coast
it's a walking
Spring
book
Arts
tour type of thing that they do.
Yeah, but now they're in Fall River this
It's
year.
super exciting.
Love it.
And then I think I want to give FRAC enough time, so just let me run through these really quickly. Fall River Preservation Society has some amazing events as well. I love historical events. They're doing a Mill in Time on the 17th from 6 to 8. This is featuring a lecture by architectural historian John Church, at the Curtin Lofts at 420 Crescent Street. He's going to talk about 19th century technologies used in the design of Fall River Mills. It's a free event, and I think it's going to be really interesting. Cool. And then also one that we do not know the time of yet, but on May 20th, this is a lot of people go to this. It's a wonderful tour. I know the person who does it, Gail Powers. It's Oak Grove Cemetery Walking Tour, and Oak Grove is one of our most storied cemeteries. I live right next to it. Lizzie, our friend Lizbeth Borden, is there. Our friend, because you don't want to be an enemy of hers. And so yes, we will update that information on vivafallriver.com, our events page. And then we also have some great events at the Viva Fall River pop-up shop, so you can always opportunities for you to join in the artistic endeavors in the city. We have 2 watercolor workshops with Lana Kwan from the Wandering Brush. She's amazing. Spring Bouquet on the 11th, and Exotic Peacock watercolor and mixed media on the 25th. And both of those are from 6 to 8. And then our monthly Meet the Makers event is on the 17th. This month we're celebrating National Salsa Month and National Barbecue Month. And we're gonna have 2 of our makers. We're gonna do a tasting of Red's salsas and barbecue sauces, and a pinch of Fancy is gonna give us some tips on Memorial Day entertaining and barbecue rubs. And so come and pick some stuff up and be like the best guest ever at whatever Memorial Day party you're going to.
And for Mother's Day.
Oh, Mother's Day.
Don't forget Mother's Day. So I picked up some, Mom won't see this, Mother's Day will happen after this. I'm not going to ruin any surprises, but I got some really wonderful gifts from my mom at the Viva pop-up. She's going to, and actually
Moms love stuff like that.
I bought some stuff for my dad too, because I didn't want him to feel left out.
No,
but
you're so good.
Great stuff at the pop-up. And once again, you have lots of different price points available there to
from trinkets to fine art. I mean, there's something for everybody. I mean, I guarantee you, even our pillow selection alone can definitely give you a saying that you'll want in your house. So yeah, it's going to be great. And then last but not least, just wanted to mention an event that takes place almost monthly. It's at the Greater Fall River Recreation on Rock Street. It's a senior social, and I think it's just really great that they do this once a month. It's a 3-hour event. It's a lunch and dancing. And every time I see the photographs, it just really warms my heart that it's like a monthly get together that they do. And so please, if that's something that interests you and you're a senior, that's where you should be.
Awesome.
On the 26th from 12 to 3. Woo, so that is just a small selection of events that are taking place in May, but FRAC has been up to so much, and I want to give you the rest of the show to talk about all the amazing things.
All right. Well, I'll try and fit it in as much as I can, and if I don't fit it all, I'm not going to fit it all in. We'll talk about it more next month too, because it's ongoing. That's the other thing that's great. So, first thing I want to remind everyone about is the May FRAC meeting. It's coming up on Monday, May 8th. we're meeting at the Lafayette Durfee House.
Love it.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful historic home. If you haven't been, it's on Cherry Street. Street parking's available. Please come join us. The meeting happens at from 5 to 6. Again, Monday, May 8th. Everyone is invited, and what we're going to be doing during this meeting is, because it's event season, we're going to spend a lot of time just having people share what's going on and kind of network during this meeting. So if you have something, please come join. Open to all. On top of our monthly meeting that happens all of the time, we do have a lot of different projects going on besides Open Studios, and we have We Heart Fall River. But we've also have our after-school program,
That's right.
the South Coast Creative Arts Lab. So that is a program that FRAC does in partnership with the Narrows and Fall River Public Schools. And we're very grateful that we received Fall River ARPA funds that make this program actually possible. So this program is open to all 7th and 8th graders in Fall River schools, and there's a process of how they can participate, and again, visit thefrac.org. There's a page for the Arts Lab, and you can learn a little bit more about it. But on Tuesday, May 16th, we're going to have our end of spring or end of session celebration. So the children have been taking classes since January at the Narrows twice a week.
I can't believe it's been that long.
I cannot
already.
believe
That's
it. And
crazy.
so on the 16th, we're going to celebrate all of the accomplishments that they have, whether visual arts or performing arts. There's both that you'll experience. And so join us in the Narrows that evening from 4 to 5:30.
They need the encouragement. I mean, honestly, I mean, that stuff like that is transformative. I mean, having that moment where people you don't even know who are championing you for the hard work that you've done, and you never know the difference that you're going to make in somebody's life. And I can honestly say you've already made such a big difference with this program. But I think the community supporting you is. I'm going to be there. I'm glad that something else I had moved, so I can be there.
Yes, please come. And this date has changed before. So if you've heard me say the date, ignore what I said before. It's now Tuesday, May 16th, starting at 4 o'clock. And to your point, yes, this program is a lot about confidence building. It's definitely building skills around the arts, but it's a lot of it's confidence and just building community with the students themselves. And so, yes, please come check it out, or visit thefrac.org, and you can learn a little bit more about our program. So we have that happening. And really the most exciting thing that I could announce is that FRAC's Ignition Fund, which you may recall me mentioning. So FRAC has a program called the Ignition Fund, which is a program designed to help Fall River's creatives really get grant money. It's for folks that haven't gotten grant money a lot previously. They haven't really had success with that. Or if they had success in the past, but COVID kind of killed their practice, this was a way to
light
help
a fire,
support
to
them.
ignite.
Exactly, spark it. So what we've been doing with the Ignition Fund is we've been offering some free classes. We have offered 2 so far. They're available online. You can watch them on YouTube.
Always great to have that
They're
option.
on there. And so
I'm doing the next one.
Yes, you are. And so the next one is coming up on June 7th at 5:30. It's on Zoom, and it's all about marketing. So it's essential marketing for creatives. Sign up free. Again, visit frac.org, and you can click the link and
Pepper me with questions.
Yep, so Patty will be there. Allison Wells, who's a local artist, will also be there. And I'm sorry.
Helen Granger.
And Helen Granger, another local. So local artist and someone who has, but you have a lot of marketing experience. If those that don't know, like Patty, you are a marketing guru.
Thank you.
Restaurant Week doesn't just like appear out of nowhere.
It just manifests.
So we are doing another free workshop. So I encourage you, if you haven't, again, we did project planning and grant writing previously. So those are the ones you can watch online. So do check that out. But also with the Ignition Fund, it's not just the free workshops that we're doing. This also was a grant program. So in January, the applications did close. So sorry if you did miss it, or if this is the first time you're hearing about it, but keep it in mind. We hope to have future opportunities like this for Fall River. But we were able to award $25,000 out in the form of 10 mini grants of $2,500 each to creatives across the city.
That's wonderful.
And so congratulations to the 10 creatives that received the mini grant. And what they're doing with these mini grants is they're taking a portion of it and they're going to be doing a public-facing project that you will get to go enjoy. Starting, actually, you had mentioned Vanya is having some additional artists come in for open studios. So she's
yes.
going to have live music, and so you mentioned
sure
there's
Nancy's
Nancy's going to
Cody,
be doing that reading as well, and so that is part of Vanya's activation.
I love that
for her
she's
grant.
not only activating herself, but also bringing in other people. That's what we do.
It is, and we loved that in the application, that it was very collaborative minded, and so it really kicks off. So congratulations to Vanya. And if you want to know who are the other 9 people that received grants, I want to give them all like the real attention that they deserve. So I don't want to rush through it, but I did want to mention Vanya's because her event is coming first.
Up.
Yep.
Well, I mean, when that public-facing thing is going to happen probably in June or a little bit later, so we have time to talk about it.
We have plenty of time to talk about it, and we'll also be featuring them on our website and social media. Each of the 10 awarded grantees will have a feature on our social media. And so you kind of get to know
your local artists,
and you'll be able to save the date for their events that they have coming up.
That's exciting.
It's very exciting, and for FRAC to be able to make our goal within our arts and culture plan is to make a true impact that creates sustainability for creative people, and some of the best ways you can do that is empowering them with actual cash.
Absolutely.
So we're thrilled to support
art costs money to make.
It does, and so with their grant of $2,500, some of it is for a project that you're going to see, but we've also told them to keep some of it for themselves, because that's really important too, that they pay themselves.
Art is a business.
They should not be giving away their time for free.
And that's a lot about what you do too, is teaching the value and how teaching the business of art, teaching how to value your time, what that how to monetize that. Because I know I get it all the time. Somebody will bring a piece into the shop and they'll be like, "How much should I charge for it?" And I'm like, "How long did it take you?" I mean, it's not just
what were your materials? How long did it take? Where are you with your career? That how much did you pay for marketing?
Yeah.
Did
you even market?
Did you even market? So there's a lot of factors that can go into having a successful arts career, and so as FRAC, we're really right alongside
creating these conversations, allowing people to have peer time. I mean, you know how I feel about you and FRAC, but I mean the amount of work that you've done in the short time that FRAC has been around and that you've been here. I mean, you can see it all around you. It's not like we're hiding these things under a rock. I mean, they're everywhere. You can see the murals. You can watch these things that are like that are for everybody. It's not just for artists and creative. I mean, there's something to be learned in all of it.
Yeah, it is definitely for everyone. And thank you. Yeah, we FRAC is everywhere. Believe it or not. We actually had a really nice shout out, and you did too.
Yes.
In Harvard Magazine.
Yes.
That article's free. You can visit Harvard Magazine and read that.
It is a beautiful article.
So that's
Phoenix
awesome.
Rising.
Yes.
Fall River, a Phoenix Rising.
And also Governor Healy's visit. We both got to meet Governor Healy and talk a little bit about what we do.
Lieutenant Governor Kim Driscoll.
Yep.
And so thank you for caring about us.
So,
and that brings us to the end of our time. My God.
Onward and upward.
Woo! Oh my gosh. Anyway, I'm going to do one last plug, as I always do, for VivaFallRiver.com's events calendar, the #1 events calendar for finding out everything that goes on in Fall River. I can only do that with your help. So if you know of any events or if you'd like to submit one, we have a submission button online. You can also always reach out over social media. Happy to help whenever we can, and we definitely want your events. We want people to know about it. I also invite you to sign up for our newsletter. We have Viva News. It comes out every Friday morning. You'll never miss a beat. I make sure everything's in there, and sign up is right at the bottom of our homepage. So that's all the time we have now. Don't forget about We Heart Fall River on Saturday, May 13th from 11 to 3. We hope to see you there. We'll be there.
We sure will.
And until then, Viva Fall River.